The case in context is, I'm going to read you the alien numbers. A087-615-255, the second alien number for the same case. A135351-569. The case in context happens in Salt Lake City, Utah, before Judge Nixon and prosecutor Matt Hall. I will highlight three most important areas of the case, or at least I presume they were the most important in my judgment. Number one, the student before the immigration court purportedly lost immigration status due to a fault in Service Database. Service Database is a record of international students that is in custody of a university. In this case, it was Weber State University that was in custody of the students' immigration database. It was in this database that errors had occurred that led to the loss of the student's immigration status. If you want to see the documents, I will send you links later for you to see a much more detailed view of what I'm presenting here. Number two, Judge Nixon said it doesn't matter how the student lost status. Fact of the matter is the status has been lost and the student needed to leave the United States. The student's contention was, perhaps the status is lost and perhaps there are damages to be paid for. But that is not the burden to be placed on the student's shoulders. This student is not a component of the computer system. I know this sounds silly, but what I'm getting at is that it is those who owe who must pay. It was not the student who damaged the immigration status, and yet she was being asked to pay for the damage. And the payment for that was to leave the United States. Point number two. The student asked prosecutor Matt Hall if she could inspect the documents being presented against her before immigration court in Salt Lake City, Utah. Prosecutor Matt Hall said, the case is self-sustaining. He used those precise words, self-sustaining. I'm not sure what that means. But with that, he refused to allow her to inspect the documents that were being used against her in a court of law. You would hope that such evidence being presented against an individual in the United States has to be made available to the one who is before the court as part of their defense. But in this case, that was not made possible. I'm here to appeal to the Obama administration, USCIS, DHS, ICE. Please make it possible for immigration court hearings to be aired, to be viewed online, to be watched on television. I imagine there's a certain mechanism via which this can be accomplished. If there are security codes in which those appearing before immigration judges can access their video accounts online, that way they can unlock the videos so that the videos are made public. I have respect for the United States Constitution. That's why I chose to come to this country. That is why I continue with every little bit of resource that comes my way to make sure that I am party and am in concert with all of the choruses that come together to preserve the Constitution. Hence my appeal to you. Thank you for listening.